Back to the subject that I made before about the mind and the mouth and how they shape every human beings and their future. So if you haven't watched the first video I made, you can either see that on TikTok or you can see that on my YouTube channel, My Caim's Project. All right, let's dive into it. The power of the mouth controls everybody, controls the entire affairs of every man's life. So it doesn't matter what you want to accomplish. It doesn't matter where you want to go. And every top high performance person around you that you see, that you admire, one thing they've come to understand is using these two faculty of every human life more effectively. So they are highly wired. And number two, not only highly wired, but they understand how to use the word that comes out of their mouth. Now, there's another circumstance. If you are a highly wired person, and number two is you find yourself in a different environment. Environment in the sense of the people that are in your surrounding or that are in your life, they create an environment. Environments are not only where you live as a surrounding. Environments are also the people that surrounds you, that lives with you. So they create a different kind of environment for you. And if you do not know how to adapt into those two environments, that's one, the one that you live in, the community, okay, your external environment. And now you have your environment, your home environment, your friends, the people around you. And number three, you have, which is your internal environment, external environment. Now you have control over your external environment, but you don't have control over the other two environment, that is the people around you. What you're going to do, it's either you're going to conform to the environment that is the people around you, or they will conform to your environment. Okay, so how does that happen, you may ask? Because people carry energy. Anybody that you are with, it's like a neutron and a proton together. People are energy. And that's why wherever you find people, if you go to a place where there's no human being, the place will become desolated. It's going to be filled with plants and nothing. When you go to a place where there's people, you find energy. So that means you're an immediate environment that comprises of the people around you will always radiate energy, whether it's positive or it's negative. And in business, that's what is primarily we use every time, which is called the mastermind group. The mastermind group is a different set of people with the same mindset and the same vocabulary and the same spirit. Because when they align, things are done. They sharpen each other. Nobody is creating conflict, even though masterminds or group of masterminds or partners in business always don't agree together. Even the boys band, like the Beatles, or you have other boys band out there or group of bands, they usually don't agree together. They usually don't line up with all the decisions that everybody want to make. But what always align mastermind is the goal that is in front of them. The one thing that they both agree that they want to conquer. Be it finance, be it conquer the world, they always align to that one principle. And because of that one principle, one single goal that they are both aligned to, so they are willing to sacrifice the rest of the non-aligning thing that they little bit disagree on, which they know they can easily fix with a piece of contracts, which they know they can easily fix with a piece of understanding. Now, when you have that is in a different level. Now, you're looking at it in a different form, like somebody like you who was trying to scale up, who's trying to build something different. And now you are surrounded, you're trying to build your internal environment and your external environment. And the reason why most people don't easily get out of poverty faster or easily, it's because of, number one, internal environment, external environment, and the community environment to which they live. Because what you constantly see, you eventually become that. For example, have you ever had an experience whereby you walk into a home, a house for the first time? And let's put the examples in two forms. So you are coming from a background that is not too polished, and you walk into this mansion, this house, and the house is full of chandeliers and light and everything. And the first thing that dawned on you, it's wow, I would love to be in this environment. It's so positive, it's so light. I would love this home. I would love to live here. Okay. And if you eventually, whether you own that home or you're visiting a friend, eventually, if you stay in that environment for some time, from 2 months to 3 months to about a year, your character will conform to the nature of that house. Yes, your character will conform to the nature of that house. Now, it's the same thing. If you leave a mansion and you go to a certain communities and to visit somebody, the first thing that happens when you're approaching that community, you feel a certain amount of unease in your body, in your spirit, and you start feeling, oh, I don't feel like coming here. It's not where I belong. But if you force yourself to stay with that friend that you're visiting for about a month or 2 or 3 or 4, your character, no matter where you're coming from, will conform to that place that you visit. He is the way things work. So that means we are constantly being influenced by environment and the people in it. Now back to the mind and the mouth. The mind and the mouth, no matter what environment that you find yourself, it's how you use it to keep tooling yourself to go higher. Now, when you are already in an environment internally whereby you feel that you're positive and you're strong and everything that goes on around you, you have control over it. And you have people around you that are not the same way. Eventually, their influence may influence your character. Okay, it's just like taking a bottle and taking a whole bottle and putting in water into a whole bottle and trying to pour it back out. And before you know it, the content of the both bottles are going to be mixed up. If it's clean, it becomes clean. If it's dirty, both containers becomes dirty. If you have that kind of experience, you will know. So spoken word, the only way that you get out of that kind of situation, if you do not like it, is to make sure that you follow the simple rule of understanding that if somebody comes into your life, you have to define your relationship. If you're somebody that really is careful about using word and you're careful about the environment that you live and the certain things that you don't want to happen around you, then you have to immediately, when people come into your life, you have to let them understand your state of being. You have to let them understand your state of being. And number 2, you have to make sure that you let the people in your life understand the words that you want and the things that you appreciate in your environment. And if you do that, eventually, even though you have toxic relationships or people that really don't understand how to use word carefully, they eventually will adapt to your style of communications. They will adapt to your style of doing things. They will adapt to your style of how you approach every issues. Now, back to what we said before. You can admire a lot of people and you dream one day that you want to be great as the other people that you admire. But for you to be great, you have to understand that you need to train your mind to be great. And you need to communicate greatness to yourself. A lot of people that you admire today that are great, once upon a time were nobody. But what they had was the tools in their mind and knowledge. And number 2 is how they use their mouth to profess their faith to where they're going and believing that one way or the other, no matter the downside of their life and no matter what happened, that one way or the other, luck will prevail and they will get to the other side. Everybody will not be the same in the lens of the pyramid. Failures and success work hand in hand. But for you, it's to define what side of the graph that you want to belong, and how you control your thoughts, and how you control your communications, and how you control the environment to which you live in will allow you to get there even more faster than you think. So if this video makes sense to you, if you appreciate everything I said, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you.